Hey y'all, it's your girl Bria Nicole, and thank you guys for tuning in to Keeping It Real with Bria Nicole. Now, I know you guys noticed that I don't have my bump anymore, which means that we're no longer going to be doing any bump check videos. So I know I last left off at like 34 weeks, and then after that, I got super busy and I kept saying, okay, I need to make a bump check video, I need to make a bump check video, then I never did. And then at that point, I ended up giving birth. So now here we are. Um, so a lot happened after that. I did have my baby shower, gave birth. So Brielle Nicole Waller is finally here. So I just want to do a video just to tie you guys in on everything that happened. And then I do have another video that I'm going to post, review of some lactation cookies that I'm currently taking or eating. So if you guys want to watch my next video, you're more than welcome to. So after 34 weeks, let's see, I know I did tell you guys that I had gestational hypertension. So it's like the stage before preeclampsia. And so pretty much I had two high blood pressures. So if your top number's over 140, then you have hypertension. And then if you have like other symptoms like protein in your urine or some other things, that means you're preeclampsia, which could be really bad. I just had high blood pressure, and I think it was just because going to the doctor's office, I was always nervous, hoping my blood pressure wasn't high. So I think that just kind of made my blood pressure high. Because when I was giving birth, the whole entire time I was at the hospital, even after giving birth, blood pressure normal. Blood pressure still normal. Even before I went to the doctor, while I was pregnant, my blood pressure would be normal. So whatever. But so yeah. So since I had two high blood pressures, they were gonna induce me at 37 weeks. So I was gonna be induced. I was supposed to be induced on July 28th. I had a doctor on July. I cannot talk right now. I had a doctor appointment on July 27th. And so go to my appointment. Again, I'm hoping that my blood pressure is not high. Of course, my blood pressure is high. So my doctor was like, you know what? We were going to induce you tomorrow. So one day early won't hurt. So we're going to go ahead and induce you today. And I'm just like, first of all, today's my last day of work. I'm ready to go to work. Like, I'm just prepared to go to work after my doctor's appointment. Don't have my hospital bag packed yet because I was going to pack it the day of. Well, I kind of had it packed, but I still need some finishing touches. Was supposed to, on the day of the 28th that morning, because I was supposed to go in at 5 p.m. So I was like, okay, like I'll be able to do a TikTok, I'll be able to do my bump check video before I go in the hospital. All of that was just out the window. So I'm like, oh my God. So she's like, pretty much we'll induce you today. She's like, you have time. I did call the hospital already. So they'll have a bed for you, a room for you around 1. So mind you, it's like 10:30 at this time. So she was like, just go ahead, go home, get your hospital bag, shower, relax, eat you a nice meal because you're not going to be able to eat after you get your medicine and all this stuff. So meanwhile, I'm freaking out like, oh my God, today's the day, even though tomorrow was supposed to be today, but today's today. What the heck? I don't know if I'm prepared. So go home. So real quick, I do my TikTok video because I'm like, I have to do this TikTok, the pregnancy TikTok. So if you haven't seen it, go look at my TikTok. I don't know if I have it on Instagram, but go look at my TikTok. It's on there. And we went to eat. I went to go to Panera Bread. So I got me something healthy. I just got a sandwich and a salad because I was trying to be quick. Because I'm like, okay, I don't want to be late to the hospital. I had to do a TikTok. I showered. I was trying to relax my mind. And yeah, so that's that. So then we get there. And I'm just like, okay, so first, in order to induce labor, because I wasn't dilated or nothing yet, so I had to get induced. So to induce labor, I forgot the first medicine they gave me, but it's pretty much like a tampon that they stick up there. And so it takes about 12 hours to start working. So I got there around 1, and they didn't start the process until like around 3 when they put the medicine up there. So meanwhile, we're just waiting. Mind you, you're not able to eat until once you start taking medicine, you're not able to eat until after you give birth. Y'all know I love to eat, so I was starving the whole time, but just waiting. And then finally around 1:30 or 2 a.m., I started feeling some contractions. And so I'm like, I don't know if these are contractions. I think they are, but they were hurting. And so I'm just like whining and in pain. And then my boyfriend's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I think I'm having contractions. And they also have like a chart, so they have you hooked up to a whole bunch of machines, and so they have a chart, so it does show where your contractions, so it'll show like a mountain peak, and then you could hear your heart, you hear your baby's heartbeat the whole entire time, and then it'll always be checking your blood pressure as well. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely having contractions, and if they feel like this, I'm not going to be able to make it all the way until whenever I have labor. So around 3, the nurse comes in. She was like, the anesthesiologist, I cannot talk. He has a procedure he has to do downstairs, so it's going to be the only time he could give you the epidural if you want it. If not, you're going to have to wait. And then she was like, but I could tell and hear that you're in so much pain. And at first, I'm like, no, I want to wait because I didn't know how long epidurals last. I'm like, I don't want it to wear off. She's like, I promise it's not going to wear off. And my boyfriend's like, no, you need to go ahead and get that because the way you sound right now, I can't even sleep. So ended up getting the epidural. That was fine. I'm not scared of needles. I was nervous just because it's a needle going in your spine, but you can't see anything and they numb it, so you really can't feel anything either. Just gotta stay very still. So that happened. Fast forward around 8 that morning. I don't think. Oh yeah, so contractions. Yeah, mind you, I was only 1 centimeter dilated when I started having contractions, and I was like, there's no way I'll be able to go all the way to 10 if 1 centimeter feels like this. No. I thought I was a savage. I thought I was live. Shoot me up, pal. Shoot me up. So, yeah, so I was numb, couldn't feel anything. It did take a while, so like probably like an hour or two after that, I was still feeling some of the contractions, but not really. And then after that, I was numb. My legs felt like elephant legs. I could not lift them up. They had to give, like after that, they had to give you a bag. So like literally, you're just peeing in a bag. Like they hook you up to something and you pee through a tube because you can't get up anymore. Um, so then like around 8 or 9 that morning, they come in and they're like, you're 6 centimeters dilated right now. So we'll let your doctor know. We'll start giving you the Pitocin to start like getting the labor prepared. Was it around 8:30? No, I think at 8:30 when they came in, I was like 3 or 4 centimeters dilated. I can't remember. I think I was like 3 centimeters dilated. And then that's when they gave me. Oh, the Pitocin was already in my stuff. I think they put Pitocin in my IV. I don't know. I don't remember. It was just a lot. So yeah, they're like, you're like 3 centimeters dilated. So like around lunch, we'll probably be ready to go. So like time's ticking. I'm like, oh my god, lunchtime. So like eat breakfast, try to relax, try to sleep. So I was trying to sleep, but then in the midst of it, I'm nervous. Like, oh my god, like around lunchtime, I'm gonna have a baby. So around 12:30ish, um, she kept checking on me because I was like 3 centimeters dilated. So they wanted to make sure they kept watching, or I won't just have the baby on my own. So after that, I know I'm like all over the place with blabbering. Sorry. What was I saying? So it's 3 centimeters dilated. It's just like if you ever feel like, if there's a point in time like you feel like you have to poop, call us and let us know because that means it's time. So I'm like, okay. So time's ticking. Like I said, I was like trying to sleep, texting on my phone, looking on Instagram, and then when we get closer to 12, so like around 12:30, I kind of started feeling like I had to poop, I think. And then I was like, can we just check? Because like I'm starting to feel like more like I can't feel the contractions, but I felt pressure. And it's not like I really felt like I had to poop, but it was just pressure. So I'm like, let me just call and see. So they did check me again, and I was 6 centimeters. So she's like, let me go ahead and call your doctor because it might take her some time to get here, and we don't want her to miss the delivery. So I'm like, okay. So then I forgot what time it is at this time because it's a blur because I was freaking out like, oh my god. So when it gets closer, they're like checking. They're like, oh yeah, it's time, yay! And I'm like, maybe at 16 minutes they said it was time. I don't know. But like when it got closer, they're like, yeah, it's time. And then they could see on the chart that my contractions were getting a little bit closer together. So they start preparing the room. They start lifting up the leg things on the bed, telling me how I have to breathe, telling me um, this and that, relax, push from your, push like you're gonna take a poop, don't push from your stomach, don't push from your head, pretty much telling me what I'm gonna do. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I just hope everything goes well. And then it's time, my doctor comes in, like my doctor and like 8 other people come in. I'm just like, oh my God. They prop my legs up, so they're telling me how to push. Pretty much the midst of it is you have to, like, so you hold your breath, so you take a deep breath in, and then you push for like 10 seconds, and you do 3 sets of that. And while I tell y'all, mind y'all, I haven't eaten. It's been about 24 hours since I ate, so I'm already weak, and then I'm nervous. So there are some points when I was pushing, I feel like I was passing out, and like I was blacking out, like I would just like, and then like I'll just come back, and then I'll just push again. And so I was in labor probably about like 45 minutes, and they were I was just like pushing against people, like pushing. They're like, oh my God, we see her head, we see her hair, like, oh my God, her hair is so long, she's right there, push. And I'm like pushing. I never knew pushing could be that hard. Oh my God. And then finally they're like, just one more big push, and I'm just like exhausted because like I'm weak. And I was like, okay, if I probably push again, I'm probably gonna pass out, but I have to get her out because I don't want her to don't want them to say like, okay, you have to have a C-section. So I do big pushes, and then poof, she comes out. Yeah. But like I said, I didn't know pushing was that hard. It was like a crazy experience, but like I loved it. But yeah, I give it to the women that don't have an epidural because it's not for me. But she was born a little bit smaller. She was 4 pounds 14 ounces. We stayed in the hospital for 3 days, so like the normal amount of days. We went home. Now baby girl is 6 pounds. She's getting thick. She has so much personality and character. So you're gonna see us on TikTok soon. I know I post a lot of videos on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll have it in the description below. And then I'll have my TikTok in the description below as well. But so I ended up having her on July 28th. So which means if I would have got induced on the 28th like I was supposed to, I would have had her on the 29th. But she was born July 28th, 2021. So she is a pandemic baby. If you guys do watch TikTok, they talk about how these pandemic babies are different, and they are. She will be a month on August 28th, which is tomorrow. She's already trying to hold her bottle. She already tries to lift herself up and stand up. When we do tummy time, she is almost moving like she wants to crawl. She can lift her head up. She's very alert. First of all, she came out with her eyes open. What baby does that? Like when my boyfriend's sister came, she's like, her eyes are just wide open. Whenever she came to visit, she's like, bring us food. She's like, her eyes are wide open. I've never seen a baby right a few hours after they're born have their eyes wide open. Pandemic babies are different. They really are. So when I went to the pediatrician, they're like, yeah, they're gonna start cooing and social smiling at people when they're 2 months. She's not even a month yet. She's already cooing, acting like she wants to talk. I feel like her first word's gonna be no because it sounds like she's saying no, and she's already smiling at people and things. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. What happened, just to tie up some loose ends, because I know I just left you guys hanging. You guys are probably like, what is going on? My 6 weeks will be probably in like 2 more weeks, so I'll be going to the doctor just to make sure everything's okay. You know, she did tear me in a few places. It was just minor tears, so I did have to have stitches. So yeah, the pain after I mean, a few hours after you're still numb, but afterwards your vagina is very, very sore, and my back was hurting really bad. So they do give you pain medicine. I had a heating pad and stuff like that. Um, I want to say my back and my vagina pain lasted probably for a week and a half or 2 weeks. Then after that, I haven't been taking my pain medicine. I was fine. Um, but yeah, I'm able to go to the store, move around, drive, do everything like normal. So yeah, I know I was kind of blabbering about everything, and sometimes when I do explain stuff and do my story times in real life, I talk like that too. Sometimes I can be very confusing, so sorry. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment box below, and make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna try to do like updates, like being a mom update. If I'm doing different stuff, mom stuff, I'll let you know. So like I said, I have a video where I'm doing like a review of some lactation cookies that I'm eating right now. So anything that I try, I'll let you guys know, post videos. Then I'll go back to posting my normal videos if anything crazy happens or crazy story times I have. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.